Welcome one, welcome all to the Funhouse. I am Uncle Salty. This is Miss Kitty. It's episode 39, and it's playtime. On today's show, we're going to be unboxing and reviewing the Masters of the Universe New Eternia Man E Faces. And this is kind of a special figure for me from the standpoint of back in 1983, this was the first Masters of the Universe figure that I ever got. I'll always remember it. I was in the store called Giant Way, and I saw this figure and knew nothing about He-Man or the Masters of the Universe, and I saw this and I said, wow, this is such a cool toy. I've got to get it. Now this obviously is the New Eternia version, which came out in probably, 2020, maybe 2021, but definitely a special figure for me, and I can't wait to unbox the figure and show you everything that it has to offer. As you can see, I got the figure for, it says $25. That's what the toy was for sale at, but I actually talked him down and got to only have to pay $23, which was nice. We'll first go over the box itself, and as you can see, 30 points of articulation, as are most all other figures in the New Eternia line. And once again, they have a 6 and over disclaimer on the side of the box, so if you're under the age of 6, apparently you don't get to play with these toys. The back of the box has a nice painting of Man E Faces, and it shows the original 3 faces that the toy came with back in the 1980s, and on the side of the box you have the 3 new faces that are added to this toy. Also on the back of the box, you have the cross cell for the 4 figures in this specific wave. We've got Man E Faces and Shadow Weaver, excuse me. Those are the 2 out of this line that I personally like and will be getting for my collection. It also has a nice little blurb, and it says, Man E Faces, human, robot, monster. When Castle Grayskull shattered, New Eternia, the mind of an adventurer shattered with it. Now we know that Man E Faces has a curse forced upon him into the faces of many beings, from human to monster to robot, as well as others, each of them with its own memory and agenda. Little does he know, the combined memories of his many faces are the map for restoring Eternia to its past glory. So kind of an interesting little blurb for the character. And now we'll get the figure out of the plastic. And we'll stand him up like such while we tell you that it comes with an extra set of hands, 2 punching fists, and then one little special feature, which is this little case. Almost looks like a suitcase. And before we go over the figure, we'll show you what's inside of the case. If I can get the case open. It's a little bit, there we go. And inside the case are the 3 extra faces that Man E Faces comes with. Standard figure, you have rotation at the arms, 360 degrees. You have 360-degree rotation at the wrists, This is extremely tight, but movement at the elbow, swivel at the bicep. I'll take his gun out of his hand for a moment here. Set that off to the side. Obviously his head does not move because it's encased in this helmet. Got rotation at the waist. This figure does not come with an ab crunch, as do most other figures that actually do come with an ab crunch. Legs move up and down, double jointed at the knees. A swivel at the boot cut. And the ankles rock up and down. They're extremely tight, but they do rock up and down, and they rotate from side to side. A very good replication of the original figure, and it's a little difficult to spin the dial on the top of his head with your fingers to show off the other faces. So what they have included with the gun, as you can see, you're able to place the gun on top of the helmet, and it's supposed to pop in. There we go. And it's much easier to rotate the faces with the gun. Very nice. It's a little tricky though from the standpoint you have to get it just right. But once you get it locked in, then it's easy to turn. Now, comes with the classic 1980s inspired gun, the orange space gun, which is a very nice touch. And on the back of the figure, there are 2 holes, and there are 2 pegs on the back of the, we'll call it a suitcase, even though it's not a suitcase. And it easily pops into the back, just like that. Very nice. Now, you're obviously able to replace the other faces inside the helmet with the brand new faces. And it's even difficult to get the faces out of the case. I wonder if there's some type of a special way to get the faces out, because I'm not able to get them out. There we go. They do pop out. Okay. So, just takes, I have no fingernails, so it takes a little fingernail to get underneath of it and crack it open. It's kind of cool. As you can see, the pegs on the inside are little skulls. I think that's kind of neat. Now to put a new face on the figure, you detach the helmet and the figure, as you can see right there, another little skull, and the back of the face has the 2 little pegs that plug into the eye holes. And there is the monster feature or face, and it easily plugs back in, and then you can easily pop the helmet back on, and you have a new face. So I think it's really cool that they have the Man E Faces figure, not just with the original 3 faces, but give him an extra few identities, if you will. And once again, you have to get the gun plugged in to the top of the helmet. But once you do, easy, very easy to rotate the faces. So as I said, this is a special figure for me because it brings back a lot of childhood memories, or at least one specific childhood memory, as this being the very first Masters of the Universe figure that I ever got back in 1983. And I definitely like the Masters of the Universe New Eternia version of the figure. I think that's very cool. And if you are a Masters of the Universe figure collector, this is definitely a figure that you should put in your collection, in my opinion. Very cool. Thank you for watching the show today. If you enjoyed the show, definitely hit the like button, and don't be afraid to subscribe to the channel. It's free, and as always, have a pleasant evening and a wonderful tomorrow.